Welcome back to Factorio Space Age. My name is Nilaus and we're back here with our glorious Let's Play. So after a little intermezzo with some little tutorial, I'll be interspersing tutorials and my Let's Play so that when I have some story to tell in a more detail, then I'll be doing a tutorial and then I will be continuing with the Let's Play. So today, what we're going to do, first of all, I'm going to be answering the million questions in the comments. Yes, I fixed it. Okay, it's fixed now. I also fixed the other part where one of these ships had a wrong inserter. I think it was here. Didn't I fix it? I'm pretty sure I fixed it. Yes, that one was set to something else. Cool. So what we're going to do today is we are going to say goodbye to Volcanus and head to Fulgora. We are now pretty well prepared. What we've done. This is what I want to do with this series, and also what I recommend is that you go to a planet, you establish it, you make it safe. You get the stuff that's really easy to make on this planet. I've also added batteries as a thing that's super easy because, well, we have all the things very easily. And then once you have that, you start setting in rockets, you start exporting it, and then you move on to the next planet. Then once we have all the planets, then we can come back and mega base some of the things because we can do research, we can do all sorts of things. So that's kind of how I want to do it. We now have tungsten and tungsten carbide and belts and batteries and heavy big miners and foundries and also metallurgic science exported from here. So it's time for us to head out. So we'll just hitch a ride, and that means we need to go like this. There and there. Oh, you know what we probably need? We probably need to research this one, which shouldn't be that big of a deal, but it still needs to be done. And we're going to hitch a ride, and we're going to be traveling on Volcano's export. And then we also have Navis export that is standing here. It's ready. And we got the last one. We got some substations, uncommon substations. They're really good because they have a little bit longer range. They have 20 by 20 range. I really wanted to make like the whole substation grid I want in 20 by 20, but I don't think I want to do that because it's too constraining. We got the Fulgora. That means we can now start sending our ships to Fulgora. And then we're going to set this up, and then we're going to send our other ship up as well. We are ready to send our first ship there, so we're going to send. We just got that out today because it's the first time going to a new planet. And then Fulgora, I'm going to be to send these conditions, and then I'm going to have a circuit condition so that it stops there. And then I'm going to go with the Volcanus export. We just made it half the way because if we look at the map, Volcanus to Navis to Fulgora. You have to stop in the middle. So basically when we do our exports, they'll be sort of running in these loops. And yeah, that's just how it works. That's the science export, and I think we can also take our Volcanus export, also send it off, because yeah, this should be enough to get us there. Let's head on over to Fulgora and then see as we arrive. So we are arriving safely at Fulgora, and I am going to immediately drop down. So let's have a look. And what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to make sure that the sound is a little bit better. It might be a little bit loud, but we want to hear the music the first time here. And then I hope I turn it down a bit for the next one. So we're just going through the portal, or the cloud cover, and we are now here on glorious Fulgora. This is personally my favorite planet of the three planets that I've seen: Fulgora, Fulgora, Volcanus, and Gleba. Then I prefer this one by far. Let's talk a little bit about what this is. So we have small islands, as you can see. We have these Fulgora lightning attractor. They are protecting us from the lightning storms. If I am not inside one of these areas, you can see I get a little debuff, and then I'll have a chance to be hit by lightning. And that takes a bit of damage. Luckily we have some shields, so we should be okay. First thing we're going to be sending down is just the hub. There we go. So also another thing we're going to send down is some... Do we have enough? I think we just can have 50 construction bots, right? We don't have the... Yeah, we don't have the small ones. Yes. Okay, so we're going to send these two things down so that we can get at least something going here. And I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to place this down, not because I need it here, but simply because that gives us a little bit of radio coverage, and we can then get some look and feel around it. Now, this planet is full of small islands that you can build on, and then between there is this unbuildable, unlandfillable area, which is actually heavy oil. So you got infinite heavy oil, quite simply. On the platforms, we have here some ruins, and the ruins can be scavenged, and they get like random crap and some scrap. The scrap is the only resource we have. Did we not? Oh yeah. We have to find a Fulgoran vault ruin. So let me just chop that one down. Look at me just doing this so that I spare the robot the work, because otherwise they're gonna be... Okay, I should have just let the robot do the work. But that's getting us a lot of everything. And we get our research. So we get technology recycling. This is amazing. I love the recycler. My absolute favorite thing here. Recycler, steel, iron gears, processing units, and concrete. And we get the scrap recycling, which we're going to be looking at because we're going to be starting scrap recycling here. And then I'm going to just basically just see if we can uncover everything else. So now let's look at scrap recycling. We get a lot of different things. So we get processing units, we get red circuits. We get that automatically directly from the raw resource, which is really, really amazing. It's so amazing how this is completely different from all the other planets. All the other planets you start and build up resource. Here you actually have the resource. So let's have a look at what we get here. So let's notice what we have and what we don't have. We have processing units and advanced circuits and low density structures and solid fuel. That's all we need for launching rockets. And we have it in a significant amount of quantity, so that's pretty cool. Then what we do not have is we don't have iron, we don't have copper, we don't have green circuits. So very basic stuff, we just don't have it. More importantly, we don't have coal and plastic either. But let's look at the iron and copper. So you can see the copper wire can be scrapped and then turned in. If I can recycle that, it can turn into copper. The iron gears, we can turn that into iron plates. And also low density structures and red circuits will also turn into more copper if I recycle it. The one thing that you also need to notice is that it says holmium ore 1%. This is the core ingredient on this planet, and this is the only way to get it. You can only get it from this and some rare trees here and there. And so that means everything you do on this planet is going to be constrained by the fact that you have to unlock or have to, you're relying on 1% drop chance. That is significant. I'm just going to plop this one down again just to get a radar coverage. It's actually really convenient to use this for radar coverage. I'm not going to keep harvesting this. We're going to be sort of moving around and see if we can, what we can find of interesting places. So I have to kind of stay nearby this part while we're in the thunderstorm. There is the day-night cycle is 1.5 minute, 1.5, 1.5 minute, and that means that some of the, I think like 30 seconds of it is a thunderstorm, which takes damage. This one is Fulgorite. This is the only way we really can farm some of this holmium ore. Oh, you saw we took quite a nasty hit. So let's get into the safety. Okay, I think it's actually over now. Now, resources. Resources on the map, the only resource we have is scrap. And this also means that if you can't get something from scrap, you can't get it. And if we look at this one again, here, I'm just going to go into safety. This one. There is no coal, there's no plastic. Plastic we can get from recycling low density structures and advanced circuits, but we cannot get coal because if you recycle plastic, it just turns into plastic and then it doesn't turn into anything more. So that's problematic. That means there is no coal on this planet. That means no explosives. That means no, no more plastic. The only plastic you have is the stuff you can process by recycling. Now another thing there is none of is biters. It's nice because then you can focus on the factory building. However, it does feel a little bit weird that there are no biters. What I would love to see, and I saw that in a post and it makes perfect sense, what I think would be amazing would be like automated turrets and stuff like that. That's sort of remnants in the civilization, so that when you go out and go like, ooh, there's something cool here, then you actually have to fight against, I don't know, robots or stuff like that. So there's something left behind. This is going to be our starting location. There's some scrap here. There's some nice place to hide in here. And we have plenty of room. So I am going to just start harvesting all the stuff we have here. And then we're going to be setting up a starter base with a little substation grid. Oh, here we are. We have scrapped this part. We have a lot of junk in our inventory here. And a few things that I really want to do now is... actually, I want to make a few of these general ones here, and because I want some lightning rods. Lightning rods protect us from lightning, and that would be nice. Thank you. And let's see that one. So I can make some of this. I'm just gonna make them here. Oh, 4 would be actually nice, and then I can use my solid fuel and then I can just do that, because I can get some stone bricks. So the stone bricks will be needed. There are two things we want to make here. There's the recycler, and there is, let's see, I want the big mining drill. The recycler. Now here I'm going to get the lightning rod, and up here I'm going to get the recycler. Yeah. Can we make the recycler? Let's have a look. What does it take? Oh, we can make one recycler. And that's iron gears. Iron gears is not something we are lacking of, so let's make more of that. But we have the first that, and that means we can make a few of these. Why can't... Oh, okay, they can make more. Great. So more stone bricks. There. So that's something. Now we need to start bringing stuff into the planet. And then we can figure out how to... So we're going to go here, and we're going to send stuff down. We're going to send some of these down. We're going to send some roboports down. We're going to send some storage chests. We're definitely going to send all of the accumulators down. Let's get something so we can work on inputs and exports here. Let's get some drones, and then we kind of got stuck here. And let's see, anything else? We just wait for this to come in. There. And let's see. Let me pick this up. There we go. They start working on it, and I can just disable that and enable that. So we are now making some glorious recyclers. Perfect. But we don't have any power. We are going to get more stuff in. There we go. That's going to be our power. So the thing is, with these lightning rods that we really want to make really soon, they will serve two purposes. They will make a field like this. This Fulgora and lightning attractor field, which is so natural occurring. That grid will then be exposed everywhere. But it will also... that one can't be done yet. Oh, let's go to Volcanus export, please. Yeah, okay, you're still stuck here. That's good. Let's get some of that. Let's get some of this, and then some of that. Anything else we want here? Oh, belts. There. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. We're waiting a little bit. Now let's export. What else do we want? That and that. And more of these. And no solar panels? No. But we want to have our... integration here. That one. I don't know. We need all of it eventually, but oh, that's something. Power. There. Okay. So we're kind of now establishing ourselves here. We do not have any power, so the first thing before we do anything too stupid, then let's actually build a little bit of power. Let's build it up here where it's kind of useless, right? This doesn't really do anything, this space, so let's make it here. Let's do super force build and then take those out. That is pretty good. That gets us somewhere. And then I'm going to keep going this up. And we're going to make that here. And let's see if we got some cliff explosives. Oh yes, cliff explosives. Perfect. And this is now outside of the lightning protection field, so we just have to put these out here when it's kind of out in the open. Yeah, and this is out, and this one is not even having a... Oops. Yeah. And you are now protected. Good. Look at that. Oh, we need more. We need more of these protections here. Get that. And then it's time for us to get robots in, and we are going to build this space here. This will be our storage area for now. Then I'm going to be building 1, 2, 3, 4. And then... Did I not get any inserters? I guess I didn't. Or maybe they're just in here. There you go, there's the inserters. There. So we're not getting any power until the next lightning storm. So we just kind of have to wait until we get another lightning storm in here. And then we should be getting this. And in the meantime, I want to get as many as possible of these lightning rods so we can keep expanding. You can see over here, it's not actually a protected area. And I can also just get... Like that should be in area. Yes, it is. And lightning protection. So when we get lightning protection, we're going to be looking at power. I'm not putting drones in until we see the lightning strikes coming in. So power here is nothing. Oh, something is happening. All right, we are consuming a little bit. When you see this, here we got our accumulator charge. We get lightning strikes. When the green bar disappears, take a look at the power generated. There we go, 20 gigawatt. Wow. So the way you generate power is to have lightning retractors. The bigger area you have, the better lightning attractors you have. Lightning rods or lightning attractors, then the more power you get. But you only get power in short bursts of extreme power. So the more accumulators you have, the faster you can use the charge and put it into your accumulators. And then that has to last until the next morning. That is a unique and interesting way, so that the bottleneck is actually not on the bottleneck is really on how many accumulators do you have, so that you can actually get this in. Now we got a little bit of power. I think we're okay. Let's put in some there. There we go. And now the robots will start working as they ought to. Right, we have now kind of established ourselves here on this planet. We need a few things. We need to start mining. The mining is all of this part. And then this is not good. Let's make sure that we get that one attracted. There we go. And then we need to start working on a little bit of a construction build. So that's probably going to be over here. And I honestly cannot remember if I've shown you this, but I did show it to you in the video previously on on the cool tricks. So this is my build anything assembler. This is made with parameterized blueprints, and the way I do this, then I'm going to say, okay, what are the things we want to craft? We definitely want to craft this one, and then it automatically sets up the requests and the build in here, constrain it to have 50. So we're going to be making some of the things here, and if you're wondering, hey, how did you build this, then let me know in the comments, and I will make a dedicated video for these parameterized, both for train schedules, and also for this, because it's a little bit advanced, but it's super awesome. Right, anything else we want to do? Yes, we definitely want repair packs. And then basically we want to just share, there's one more thing that we really should have been including, that is here. That one. And then I actually think I want to just get this one some higher quality of this. Why not? I don't really bother with higher quality of these. It could be working, but yeah. So now you see we are getting something, and I need to trash unselected or unrequested, and then I'm going to add some more requests for the stuff that we need, like that one and that one. Those definitely need to stay in my inventory. There. And then let's see what we're missing here. Low density structures. We should get low density structures from our processing at this point. So now we need to start working on the processing, because yeah, we need to build everything we need. I actually just realized this one has to be going one out, otherwise it looks weird. I think that's the better way. There. Now we're going to be building accumulators, because accumulators are going to be our only way of making power. So, oh, that was fun. Gotta make that. And I will get, yes, 500. There. And this is also why we are now going to request stuff inbound. So I'm going to build a little grid here that we will be building for everything, or every single one moving forward. First things first, this is the requester. Here we request groups, we request Navis export, and we request Volcanus export. There. Then what we're going to do is we are going to take all we have in the current logistics network, get that in here, and then we're going to take each of these and multiply it by -1. So that's going to be putting it out as the demand there. So then if we add these two together, then we have anything that is there. We're going to be adding this together. I see we have a train that's complaining here. Don't want to deal with that. So now it's summarized back here. This is everything. This is all we want minus all we have. That is, the conclusion of that is all we still want. And then I'm just going to take the stuff that's over 0, because the stuff that's over 0 is the stuff that we actually still need more of. So we need more of all of this before we are happy. That's a lot. And then all we need to do is we need to put it in here. And then as we put it in here, we can then remove this. And then we can say set requests. Whew, ready? Boom. All this will now be sent from orbits in here. You should be busy sending things out. Come on. Send things out. There we go. But you can also see that something is missing. We are missing it's some here. One. We want these because they will make it better for us to allow us to actually drop down things more faster. All right. And this is not, why is it not working? Low density structures. So we need to process more. But I also think we're going to get low density structures anyway. Now the other thing we want to do is actually over here. We want to get inbounds, that one. And we want to get on the red wire so that it's a little bit different. This will be enable when we're going to read global logistics. Y is the total logistics bots. T is the total construction bots. So when the number of bots, no, when, sorry, that's when Y is less than 1000. And this one will be then when T, the total construction bots, is less than 1000. And this here will then be requesting the logistics bots, just like that. And you're going to be requesting construction bots. There. So basically this design here is going to be basically my starter build for all parts, right? This is just a comfortable way. We need a landing pad, we need some landing cargo base, we need to input here, we need to request stuff, we have some trash, and then we have a way to get stuff out of this. Perfect. That is a good little start for our build here. And they can then come in here. Okay, we got an extra one here. Nice. Right, we'll also, of course, get a lot of items we don't really need. We saw some solar panels coming in. We don't really need those, but hey, we just get them here, and then they're just stuck in this storage, and then it's going to be fine. Okay, this is good. This is very good. Now, we need to work on the mining operations. We can start taking these ones out because we have our own protection now. So let's take, and we already have some, and I am going to do this mining setup here. And in the beginning, we don't really know if we have enough power. So I'm going to be a little bit careful about power here. Yeah. And if we look at this, we will also see that these are generating quite a significant amount of resources. So by doing this, it's mainly about, let's see, we're going to go through this here, that one. I'm just going to go this. All right, so it's mainly about covering all of these fields and less so about actually using it. I don't even want to get the top ones. There we go. Don't even want to get that. The reason why is because I want to empty this part down here first. And we are then... That's not working, so we're going to be putting it here. Good. And a little bonus one here. So we just have a look at what we have. Do we have enough of these protected? If not, then we're just going to go out. So this should be right here, but there's a little pond there. So this is why we have the good ones, because they can then do this, and then they'll still reach. Good. All right, and take out this area. Now we have a pretty good area to work with. And we need to go over here. I took a little bit of damage, and there. There, and we have more ruins here. Okay, so it looks like if we look at here, it looks like everything is now protected. It looks like we have mining operations. Now comes what is the core challenge of Fulgora, and that is actually how do we convert scrap into useful stuff, and how do we make sure that it doesn't jam? Because we are gonna need recyclers. We're gonna need a lot of recyclers. How many are we? We're just constantly making recyclers, except we don't have concrete. We should have concrete. Well, we should get concrete. The first thing I actually want to do is I want to make 2 small recyclers. Yeah, let's make those here. That one and that one. These are going to be special recyclers. They are simply going to be making... And let's do that. Yeah. They're going to make sure that we have iron and copper available. Because we don't have that yet. We simply don't have it, and we don't have any green circuits either. So this will take gears inbound. 200 gears. And this one will take 200 here. Because we just don't have any of that. So we're also going to use our blueprint. There are so many blueprints by now. That one. This is very, very temporary because we're going to get something better later on. But we just need to have a little bit of this being produced. And we just don't have any iron, but the iron is coming in. The iron comes in also for these. Right. Alright, so this is just making sure that we have a little bit of iron, a little bit of copper, and then we also a little bit of green circuits. Good. So we can do the basic crafting that we need that involves that. Now, next up, let's talk a little bit about how this is going to work. So we are obviously, I think, going to go like having lines of this and then put it in. Then it's going to come out as directly on this output line. These process at... Let's see, what was the speed? The speed is 0.5, and this was a 0.02, so it's 2 per second. 2.5 per second. 2.5 per second. Yes. So 2.5 per second will each of these consume. So if I have a belt of 60, then it's a mystery. It's 4 times 6, 24. Then we need 24 of these on one row. And if I have 2 times 60, which is what I want, then I need 48 of these. So yeah, that's definitely something. Then the next challenge is when we then get our scrap outbound. Let's actually just do that. Build a little test case here. We'll use this one as an example. And I am going to take this. All of this is temporary to prove a point. There. And there might even be so much as to do. There. So now we have a very, very mixed sushi belt. What the hell are we going to do about it? Well, what I think that the only logical thing to do about it is to do this part. Yeah. So that takes it out. And then we basically just do, okay, well, let's do that for everything. Then the next one is the next one that has second most materials. I'm going to take it in the order of how much materials they have. And I'm going to take the next one, and that's going to be ice. And then I'm going to get the next one, which will be concrete, I think. Yeah. And so you can see this. Then I am basically going to, probably a good idea to put it into a box and then also take it out of the box. And this one should just be whenever, in order to save on resources on the part, then it's whenever it's greater than 2,000 of this. Oops. Right? And then this, the reason why I'm taking it out is because what if this one fills up? Because this will fill up faster than anything else. And then the whole thing stops. And that's the one thing that you have to make sure that doesn't work. Is that you cannot allow it to overflow. Okay, and then I'm going to do in here. And then I'm going to recycle it again. And I want to, of course, recycle this part first. So let's have something like this as well. And this is going to be a mess as well when it comes to belts. But for now. Alright, let me just put the other ones in here just to so that we complete this. Right, so this is basically what it is. What I've added is the six things that are not part of the list. There are 12 things that be produced, but then there are also 6 things that will be sort of residuals or sort of second degree recycling. Green circuits, iron, copper, plastic, stone bricks, and iron ore. Iron ore and stone bricks come from recycled concrete. But as you can see now, things are coming in. And these are processing. And you can also see that this is kind of still going to be like the major issue. It's probably going to be stalling out on this. But for now, we can say, okay, we have a little bit of a process going, and we have a little bit of each of everything made. But obviously, you can also say this needs to be scaled up. And it needs to be scaled up in a way that I can actually support all of this. So let's think about it from a scaled up. Now we understand the principle. The principle is that it must be branching out on a belt that always flows, and it can never jam. It needs to be put into boxes, but it also needs to make sure that I don't just fill up a box, and when the box is full, then the whole thing jams. And then anything that is in overflow must go back into the beginning and get recycled again, both to be broken down to other parts, but also just to be annihilated. Basically, if I recycle ice, let's just show that, just so you understand that mechanic. Here, let's take ice, because that's not particularly important. We just sacrifice 200. So we have 200 ice, and I am going to recycle those 200 ice. And that is just going to be in from a box, and in here, just want this whole thing to be automated. So as we recycle this, we are not using ice for anything, so it's not going to go anywhere. Then let's see how much we have in this box when it is done, because no one is requesting ice at this moment. Let's then talk a bit about how we're going to do a design. Let's start by saying it. I am going to assume that I have 2 belts inbound, and my idea is that I will have a thing up here, and then a thing down here, and then a thing up here. So I'm going to be branching out. This will be, we start with the iron gears just for sake of, oh, no, low density structure. That's just there. I'm going to be preparing this a little bit for future, so I'm going to be setting this as any. Which means that if I get higher quality stuff inbound, then it doesn't get jammed, but it actually filters out. Now there are basically a couple of methods to do it. I can put it into a box and then get it out again, but we are already seeing a little bit of the issue up here, that then we're constrained by this. So the other alternative is that we do this and then say, okay, it just flows by, and then we just hope we catch it. And then if it doesn't, then it's just going to go sort of circle back and start over. That's the one we're going to use, because ultimately we're going to have so big scale that if something slips by, that's okay. We're going to be recycling everything anyway. All right, let's have a look at this. 55. So this went from 200 to 55. That means that it is almost as projected. It says that it returns about 25% on average, and then if we recycle again, then you'll see that it then becomes, I don't know, 14 maybe 12. Okay, and again, then it comes out a few more iterations. Now it comes out as 3, and it comes out as 1, and it doesn't come out. So basically you can recycle things down to nothing, and that's why this one works. It just recycles things down to nothing. We just lost 200 ice like that. Right, but I also want I want this belt to continue, and then I want to jump in like this. Yeah, I like it. Oops. This one, and 1, 2, 3, and then we go out. Let's make it a little bit here. Now I want big storage here. This storage is going to be fixed as the same, like that. Then I am going to have all the other things coming in here, and that's going to be basically a module. Let's put some lights in here. that's going to be a module. And if I sort of take it the smallest part of the module, then if I flip it, then you can see that I can place it down here. Then it actually is only 3 lanes wide. And then that means if I smash it here and flip it again, then the next one can be here. And that's how close we can make it. That's really efficient. Trust me, this is not the first iteration. But it's going to get better than that because I actually need to have this being balanced. Otherwise, they always end up on the same side. So I'm going to be adding this one as well. So this is just constantly rebalancing it. I think that's necessary. Is it? I think it's necessary. I feel it's necessary. But actually it's coming in evenly on both sides, and this one is evenly picking up on both sides. Then it should be evenly distributed here, all things being equal. We'll try it without this one, without balancing, because the good thing about if I don't do it with balancing is that it actually fits within my 18 by 18. If I make it with balancing, it doesn't fit in here because I can't really make it smaller than that. And that means we actually have a template now. Good. We just need all of this to build into a lot of these recyclers that go in, and then all of this part. Yeah, that's and I'm going to be building it. I think we're going to be building it here. This seems like a good place to build it. There's plenty of space. We have this line up here for transporting liquids, and then we have small build areas here. Our recycler is now done, and what we need to do is we need to hook up all the rest of it. So let's remove that and start working on the other part. That's going to be coming in here. Here, and they're going to be going this way. Do I want to? Well, I think I honestly would prefer to have some of this, right? So they are a little bit here. Let's actually get that one, and these two are also going to be flip it like that. And inbound, outbound, and they are going to go out on this side, and the return flow, and the return flow, and then this is going to be copyable. So that's 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 30. Why were we doing 30 when we said we needed 28? Because some of the things are processing a little bit slower. Therefore, I want to do that. There. Oh, why do we not have this one? Oh, it's just our grid. Yeah. And that means we can... Let's see. This is the outbound, so they don't need to bring that along. And this is a return belt that goes in, so that it is always recycled. And I'm going to be prioritizing inbound here. Good. And that'll be our raw scrap. Raw scrap. There. Scrap goes in. And I think I need more of this because this one is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 50 on either side. Yes, that's not enough. We'll just do that. Then it's certainly enough. That is not the right number. It's man, it's half of what I need. It did feel really wrong. Okay, so I'm gonna take all this out and just put it, I don't know, back here. And this was 15. This part is now, that's now 20. There, 56. Get a little bit more. That one. Okay, there's a lot of work being done here. On just the robots are going to be so strained. Love it. And this is the placement. We now have 30 on each side. Of course, we don't have enough of the modules, but hey, all this is all about making modules very soon. So we hook this up, and then it should be coming in. Let's do a look at this. We have 3,000 brought in from the spaceship and also 2,000 brought in with the spaceship. So this is what we've generated, is what we have in excess of 3,000. And we already have like a lot of solid fuel, so we can use that for making rocket fuel to launch rockets. We got a lot of ice, so we can get water. That's pretty damn good. what we are seeing now is that just everything going in here, and we're trying to use as little power as possible. We'll eventually transfer all of them over to be using quality modules, but first we want to work with non-quality, and then we'll start upgrading quality in an episode that will be dedicated to how to update with quality. But hey, we are working. It's working. It's awesome. And yeah, this is now chugging along. And once you have set up basically this part, you're bringing 120 per second in, and then we have this build. That's it, right? I mean, we're solid on production materials right now, and you can set up. I would say probably set up 2 of these builds, and then you have everything set up for moving forward. So what we're gonna do now is, well, let me get in the next episode, is start working with all the resources, and it's gonna start with the holmium, because the holmium is what we holmium. There we go. It's gonna start with the holmium going into holmium solutions, going into the holmium plates go into the electromagnetic plant, which is super amazing. I was kind of hoping we could get there, but there's a lot of design work and explanation in both in how Fulgora works, and also in getting some kind of cool design ready for us in the first episode here, as we are on Fulgora. Now we're going to be focusing on Fulgora, and for the time being, and just diving in and get everything set up. What we want from Fulgora is we want modules, beacons, and very importantly, module beacons and circuits. Those are the things that are produced very, very easily and very efficiently here. So that's what we expect to be transporting away from Fulgora. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I hope you are a little bit clear about how to get a good start on Fulgora, and I'm sure that I hope that you're looking at your own base and go like, oh yeah, maybe I should build something like this. So we designed this on the screen, but it's also of course available to patron supporters. So if you are a patron supporter, you can just download this save game or to look around, or you can download the blueprints, and then you can stamp it down in your own base immediately. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, take care, and as always, stay effective.